Yo,
Good morning.
morning from Hong Kong.
Uh, how's Hong Kong? How'd you get from the airport?
Well, considering I'm bootstrapping now, I took a bus because that's 23 Hong Kong dollars and it takes you directly to where I need to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Usually I take a cab, but I figure it's like a 15x price difference. I have to do right by my investors
That's
and,
good.
and
That's
you know, make Warren Buffett proud.
right.
Yeah.
That's great. I miss Hong Kong. I love the bridge when you leave the airport.
Yeah, no, it's always great to be here. I like it a
Yeah.
lot. And yeah, now I'm 47 floors up with a beautiful view of the mountains, and it's good.
Oh, that's great.
Back with the kids, yeah.
That's cool.
So I did lock
Um,
the door, but doesn't we might hear them pounding on the door any minute. So yeah,
where are you? Taiwo? Satine.
yeah, like
Hello.
Shatin area, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outer territories.
hmm So good. You can go to the Big Buddha anytime you want.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it should be
Giant
good.
Buddha.
It's gonna be a different different gear now. I can't just like be heads down grinding all the time now. So it's
Yeah.
a bit more family first here. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna still have things cook and it's gonna force me to be even more like on like just defining things as like auto R&D and just like working in
Yep.
the background. I've got one restructuring the whole like bitter SH configuration a little bit because I figured even though I took Rainy through it all, it was still like not quite correct. First off, I just like skipped his like checkout and provisioning, which like we ran into. But even that, after he signed up, I kind of had a lot of realizations of how I want to change the infrastructure, and I never like fully completed it. And now like you're like getting on board and I realize, okay, I really need to fix this. And there's actually a lot of like different ways to go about how you can basically like structure like the basic idea of okay like I give you a dedicated compute environment with CPU, RAM, and disk, and instead of like a I keep calling it a shoebox like a Vercel or something.
hmm
And but there's a lot of ways to slice it up. And for example, with Riney, I already see that he's deploying like more than one app, and that's actually fine. Like within the constraints of that compute, you can like 8 gigs of RAM can do a lot. Like it can do a lot, especially like most software, especially if we're talking about like like these kind of like service software things. Like you could burn like 20 of those on one of those boxes just fine, like really high performance. And so I actually don't want to artificially, I kind of realize this with BitterClip, like I don't want to artificially constrain anything ever, like for my customers. Like that's the whole promise is like I want to be the Costco. Like I want to make it as dirt cheap, as annoying to all the competition that are artificially restricting stuff. I want to do the opposite. Be like, I want to take a tiny margin and give you as much as I can. And so that means that like if I provision you a box, I don't want to constrain you. I don't want to bill you per app and say, well, one app equals one of these computers because it's inefficient and it's actually bad for me if like you're not able to experiment. Like I want you to make like dozens of apps if you can squeeze them in there, right? It's fine. And so yeah, that almost means that like if I give you a computer like this, I almost want to give you like your own little bitter grid instance inside of there that can like spin up these little like environments that are isolated from one another.
hmm hmm
And it's up to you to kind of allocate, be like, okay, I want to give like 3 gigs of RAM to this. I only need 1 gig of RAM for this. Or your agent basically should be able to like reason about that with you and be like, yeah, like okay, like the potty project just needs like 2 gigs of RAM. It's a Rails server and like a background process or something. That's fine. And so yeah, that's something makes it like yeah, there's just a bunch of like architectural choices there to kind of work through, and so I'm trying to do that correctly. Um, but yeah, I think it's I'm getting more clarity about like what is like the bitter like DNA in terms of like the product promise, the brand, and yeah, I think this notion of like Um, it's funny. I was sitting on the plane next to a guy who worked in like a memory and like semiconductor testing. It was with a business, and he's saying the worst word in my career in all these business is cost down, cost down. He's like, it's the worst thing in the world because it's like brutal for a business, you know? And,
Yeah.
and but then I'm like, yeah, but that is kind of like what I'm proposing, you know, in many ways, like I'm proposing cost down. Um, so it's kind of interesting. I think, you know, it when we I went through that like pitch deck with you, and it's just like it's so much like flowery language and philosophical and stuff. It's like no one can understand that. It doesn't really like mean anything. It's like if you just say, no, I'm just gonna make stuff like absurdly cheap because I'm leveraging AI to do all the boring work that like high paid engineers are tip historically done. And we still obviously have humans involved, but try to as efficiently as possible allocate the human attention to the stuff that really needs it. Ultimately can produce products that are much more affordable. And they're different products. They're not the same. They're different. And that there's a subset of the market that will happily use that product, right? Than
Mhm.
the more like yeah, polished one. That's sort of the thesis. And that yeah, there's a bundling and vertical integration between that sort of maybe makes up
Um,
for that lack of polish in some ways because it's all compatible for like a in a single interface for an agent. Yeah.
I was just thinking, I'm telling Claude, look at Bitter SH and tell me if there are other offerings out there like this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mostly just because I want to hear how they are marketing themselves.
Mhm. Mhm.
Interesting to see.
And it also, I mean, it's a question of how well I'm even presenting it. You know, like it's. I think the current site is still fairly vague on what it is.
Claude says, let me frame what bitter actually is before I continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bitter is a narrow specific thesis, a vertically integrated operating base for AI agents building SaaS products. The key differentiator isn't the VM or the terminal, it's the bundled product services, payments via Bitter checkout, email, analytics, secrets, controls, support desk, media, exposed through a single CLI that an agent can operate autonomously. The agents.md file is the context layer. It's essentially Bitter's bet that agents need persistent project memory to keep improving software, not just generate it once. That's a distinct surface from either A, a pure code sandbox infra, or B, no code vibe tools.
Mhm.
It's trying to be the operational loop after the code is written.
Mhm. Yeah, I think
Closest real analog, replit.
mhm. Mhm.
That's interesting.
I think it's pretty accurate actually. Yeah. Um, Probably it's missing on, but also this is like the least mature part of it, but like missing the emphasis on like go-to-market tooling. But it makes sense because right now that's essentially just like BitterClip in some ways, maybe Bitter Inbox, you know, but it's really more just like base infrastructure. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I think, but I think, yeah, that's like the aspiration is like, is,
There's also Bolt Cloud and Agents VM, Agent VM,
hmm,
agentvms.com.
hmm,
Unleash AI agents safely, securely, and at scale. Okay. And Bolt Cloud. I don't know what that is.
hmm. That's the great convergence.
Everybody is just building things. Did you see the Fable news? Have you opened X?
No, no, no.
I had a run going on my computer and I came back to the terminal that just saying like pay I was running it like by the command line. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't using I just was doing a loop.
yeah.
But anyway, I came back to this and it says there's an issue with the selected model. It may not exist or you may not have access to it.
Hmm.
And what it is, when I go to X, the
Hmm.
US government has mandated that Fable cannot be available.
Huh, huh.
I actually haven't clicked it. I only opened X right before we got on the call to
I
see
was
if there
just
was anything
using it
else to
like
talk
an hour
about.
ago on my phone. It's wild.
At 7:50, yeah. So the US
Wow.
government, citing national security authorities, has issued an export control directive. The net effect of this order is that we must abruptly disable Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for all our customers to ensure compliance.
Wow.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
either they're just leaning into the mythology here
Yeah, yeah,
and like purposely like yanking it. Gosh, that's it's a bizarre thing. Like when it says like, oh, we're like letting you have it until June 22nd, and then it's unclear, like they're gonna bill you per minute or like what does that even mean? Like it won't be part of
yeah.
the subscription until then. Like, yeah, it's a strange one. Hmm. I don't know what
Um,
to make of it. I think like yeah, we'll
it's
see.
it's it's gonna give, I mean, people are saying that this is like terrible marketing by Anthropic, but everybody's talking about them.
Yeah, no, they're extremely good at marketing. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they just never make waste of anything and
Yeah.
turn it into a big scene. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I think
Now, I mean, that's basically saying like our model is so good that the
exactly,
government told us to take it down.
exactly.
That's
Yeah, you
that's pretty good press.
exactly. It's too dangerous to even give to the peasants. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
still, it is pretty, I mean, do they really have to take it down? I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was already a lot of people talking about how it's nerfed in all kinds of ways. And it's actually kind of
Hmm.
interesting because one thing I've been seeing is that like malware is now deliberately like injecting like stuff that's like disallowed. So like in the malware, they'll put like bio and like nuclear like stuff in like just in the code, like in the comments and stuff. So that
Hmm.
when like a Fable class model sees it, it's like, oh, I can't look at this. Like
Oh,
it
I haven't seen that.
yeah,
That's
so
smart.
it's like yeah, it's kind of like an immune system against the immune system.
Yeah.
It's really funny. And so this is like a super hard problem. Um I mean honestly I think that I, again, like I feel like OpenAI is like kind of taking the right like direction here where it's like okay, like as much as possible just make it available so that if you're building an application, you know, you can't build the defense if you don't understand the offense. Like, so they're really hand in hand. And yeah, I thought it was quite weird when they're saying we're going to make Mythos available to select partners to do like defensive hardening. Like, what about everyone else? What if you're not in that like list of 100 companies that gets access to it first, you know? Like, yeah. But it's who knows. I'm sure it's you know, like give people a benefit of the doubt. It's just there's no like right answer. It's all messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is kind of like it does seem like we may have this like fork, and maybe it already is that way, where it's like the models will get like locked away for many use cases. And like it'll be curious to see like how like in 5 years, like how that looks. Like will you need like, you know, special clearance to use like stronger models and things like that?
Yeah.
And how much of it becomes like in medicine, you know, you can't practice medicine without a license or anything like that, and there's like really serious consequences if you do anything like it. And okay, am I going to have to seek like a cybersecurity license in order to use a strong model? Um, and
Hmm.
it
And
becomes
how good are the open source ones going to be?
Mhm.
And those can't be regulated, and so they're like
Mhm.
on the black market.
Well, they will, I'm sure they will be regulated. I think, I mean, that's basically what Anthropic is like pushing for, right? Is like, hey, like, please regulate us. We need regulation. And a lot of people, you know, kind of say, well, that's convenient for
But
you to say you're pulling the ladder up for everyone else
yeah,
because it makes it impossible to develop models. Yeah. But it's really hard to know, like, unless you're like really on the inside of that to like know like what's like right or wrong. Um, yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. It's like
pretty,
doesn't
pretty
like
interesting.
doesn't SBF own like a chunk of Anthropic and stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
mhm. Yeah.
Was that one of his investments?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, there's like I saw this tweet like his like cellmate is saying that like he doesn't feel any remorse, doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. It's like seeking a pardon now and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But that's wild. Yeah. Um
I've been
yeah.
enjoying the SpaceX stuff. It's just so wild that we have companies that are worth almost $5 trillion.
Say
Uh,
how much it is now?
Google Meta,
Oh, the mangoes. Yeah. That's the
wild.
new acronym now. Apparently if you say Fang, people will like won't talk to you anymore. You have to say mangoes now.
I haven't heard that.
Meta, Amazon,
Meta, Amazon. Oh, Nvidia is the number
right,
one. So
Nvidia, right,
yeah,
Google,
Google.
OpenAI, and SpaceX, I guess, something like that. Or maybe it's Anthropic. Man, yeah. Anyways, yeah, yeah. Meta, Anthropic,
But
Nvidia,
Anthropic's,
Google,
yeah.
OpenAI, SpaceX. That's those are the monsters in the market. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I regret like passing on a chance to buy secondaries on Forge like a year ago.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like that on a lot of companies. I actually was looking when I was looking at my Gmails for like people selling secondary, my Gmail going back looking for the word SpaceX, trying to find what the price was they were
yeah,
selling them at or what the valuation
that would have
was.
been like an 8x if I.
Just to kick myself, but oh well.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, I think like I want to see if I can get like BitterClip out there. I was doing some like back and forth with like Claude and ChatGPT on like what a like paid marketing campaign would look like, just to like run some search ads, just as like an exploration, you know? Like and I think they're right. They're kind of ballparking. They're like probably it's going to cost you like at least $500 per like conversion, you know? And that it's more of like a learning experience like about messaging and stuff like that than anything else. So that kind of sucks. But it's probably worth it to invest in that anyways. Um, they're kind of saying that like in some ways, if I want to raise capital, like that this is like really important to show that like I understand like customer acquisition costs, like that I'm making progress towards optimizing it, that everything is sort of receipts and evidence driven. It's not just like, hey, like a bunch of philosophy, you know? And
mhm.
and so because that's like, that's
Well,
like,
if you can get your marketing working, maybe you don't have to raise any capital.
yeah, I mean, that would be cool. Yeah. Um, and yeah, so yeah, I think I want to do that. And yeah, still looking forward to talk to Ben.
Yeah.
And kind of see what's going on with him on that if he wants to like partner in some way. Um,
hmm Or at least just share best practices,
mm,
tips.
yeah,
Um, like log into not Google Analytics, log into like Meta ad platform,
yeah,
Google, whatever
yeah.
their thing is
And that's what
called.
I was thinking. I was like, before, I don't want to like waste the call with him. It sounds like he's a really like valuable person to talk to. Is like at least like let me set up all the accounts,
Yeah.
and like at least like have like the billing set up and like put like one little trickle campaign out there in both of those. So it's like we don't waste any time on any of that. He can come in and be like, oh, like try this, do that, and like okay, we can just like tinker with it right there. So kind of
Yeah.
get everything like teed up. Um, Kind of what I was thinking. So hopefully we can do that in the next few days, sometime, maybe Monday, Tuesday. Um, yeah.
Nice. Let's do it.
Um, yeah. hmm Yeah, and it's interesting because it took a lot of. Remember you were saying like just like Google will just optimize it for you, like it'll just look at BitterClip and do it. And the
Hmm.
reason I'm like a little bit skeptical of that, it may be right, it may be right, but the reason I'm a little skeptical of it is because when I have like 5.5 extra high and Fable like on max, right? And I'm like drilling into this idea, um, it's like pretty subtle, like in terms of the thing that I'm attacking, which is a little bit different from like an Opus clip and a Descript, right? Which is like their business is like reselling you intelligence. Like their business is like AI credits. And that's like what a lot of people complain about too. They're like, oh, my AI credits like run out like so quickly. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like they're reselling you retail credits at markup. Like, and that's like the really, really annoying wedge where BitterClip can get in, where it's like, no, like there's like a comparison table with like all their features. And then it's like BitterClip, like, no, we don't give you an agent. Like, you know? Like we don't do any of that stuff. And yeah, there's no AI credits and it's like dirt cheap and you actually will get a better result because you're using like the frontier model and the most frontier harness
Hmm.
in terms of the intelligence.
Yeah,
And
we're not reselling anything because you're using your own tokens.
yeah, we're reselling like a media like indexing system essentially, you know, and like operating platform. It's just we're
Hmm.
reselling like a media platform essentially. And or not reselling that. It's like what it is. It's we're selling a media platform, not intelligence. And yeah, I think that's like structurally something that's hard for them to follow. Like, and when you look at their MCP servers, because like when I gave it to just Fable, it like immediately said, "Oh, this like there's nothing here. Like they already have MCP servers." I'm like, no, like you need to look at that like more. I had to do a lot of explaining before it was like I understood what's a little different about it and why structurally those two may not even like politically want to follow there because their whole business is built around their agent. And and yeah, this is kind of like yeah, I think this is the really interesting wedge. I think Bitter itself is
But
like
it
that.
doesn't mean that the I don't know, my understanding of how the algorithm might work is that it just shows it to people. It shows it your ad and
Well, okay, yeah,
it
so sorry.
tries
Yeah.
to determine if people click on it or
Mhm,
not.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they do, then show it to more of those people.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then once
Yeah.
you have that, how many of those people reach the
Mhm,
pixel?
mhm. Yeah, no, sorry. Thanks for like regrounding that. So in terms of like the search ad, I think it's not yet obvious from the
Or the
homepage
display ad.
why
Yep.
it's so differentiated. And so if it's just like sucking up your homepage and making an inference on that about what it actually is, it may miss like the nuance about, yeah, there's a certain audience that will understand that and like grasp that. And like I really, really want to target that audience.
Yeah.
And I think there's nuance there. And I think that your ad spend could be like drastically more efficient if it's really targeted like that, where it's like the people that have kind of like used those services and are like, yeah, like I don't want this like AI thing. Like it's I want to be able to reason with my AI and
Yeah, you can
collaboratively
probably
work
get in
with
there and customize it really specifically.
right. Um, but yeah, so I think that I'm doing that prep work so that when I go in there, like I even know how to explain it because like a lot of it is like just like finding the language to like explain it concisely because there's like an explanation that's like very like technical and dry, like maybe like
Oh yeah.
sort of like investor facing, and then there's like framing in a way where the customer gets it, you know? And I think there's really
Yeah.
like two kind of um fronts there.
A
One
lot
is
of
like
a lot of t a lot of times you want some of the framing to be really broad
mhm,
because at first you just want people to click on it.
mhm,
Like
mhm,
you might just say, the latest in video editing.
mhm,
And it's just really broad because you need people to click to
mhm,
just get data, to
mhm,
just send them to your website and see
mhm,
if they bounce or not.
mhm. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think that's gonna be really
that's
expensive though because it's not a video editor. Like it's not a Final Cut or a CapCut or iMovie. Like these are I don't want to just pay for a bunch of people to bounce. So like I think with my budget, like I really want it to be really targeted. So I really
yeah.
want to find the people that are like looking for Descript alternatives or something like that. And that might be an expensive like cohort, But I think those people will be primed to be like, okay, I see why this could be interesting. This is like a totally different angle. Um, and A, they're leveraging like the subscription I already pay for, and B, they're leveraging the context I already have. Like, and if they're like unabashed about that, like, that
Yeah.
might be right for me. And I think that's a small subset of the Descript customer base. I really and Opus Clip is the two I just those are two I'm like comparing to right now. But like I think it's a small subset of them that are like in that boat, but that's who I want to reach. Like that's I think those are the ones I'd be like, oh, like yeah, this is like way better. And I also realized that I could maybe make an even more like accessible cheap tool, which is like literally like the ultra vending machine is like you just upload a video and it spits out the transcript and it's almost like you don't even need an account. Like it's just like you like pay a dollar and you can upload a video, get out a transcript. And maybe even it just gives you a URL for like a unique MCP server that you can just connect to right there and like try it out. And so I was thinking like how can I go even further with this where it's like you don't even need an account. You can just like literally like do it right there, try it out and like yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Lots of like things buzzing
Yeah.
through my head. But
You probably get a lot of traffic just by posting in like /startup on Reddit, startup/entrepreneurship/video editing. Just start by posting there and telling a story
mhm,
about why you built it.
yeah.
And
I have so much
like,
reservation about that because they're always like no self-promotion, like none of this, and like so I'm just always
but
afraid
not
I'm gonna
in
get like banned immediately.
yeah. I don't think they do that in startups and entrepreneurship.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Yeah,
just don't put any links.
yeah. Mm.
I but I don't know. Mm.
Okay, we got a little.
Enroll people in your journey as opposed to trying to sell them. That's another way. Hey, hey, who's this?
That's one of my boys decided to crash the party.
That's great.
Say
Papa,
hello to our viewers.
but Mama don't let me wear a keypad. Papa, Mama don't let me wear a keypad.
Okay.
Mommy
Papa,
don't want me.
that's not actually the more keypad, but, but, but Mama don't help me grab it.
Oh, that's actually not sure what you're saying, man. Um,
And wear slippers.
oh, slippers, yes, not in the house. Okay. Um, well, I think we got to eat lunch here. So yeah, this is what our shows are going to be like
Sounds good. This is
for
awesome.
the next couple months, maybe.
Okay.
Trying to get some stuff done.
Hi guys, I'm John.
You guys say hi to John, okay? You say
Hi.
Mm,
hi. Okay. I guess that's goodbye. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll catch you tomorrow. We're gonna have to find a more regular time. So what
Yeah.
maybe yeah, usually like the around like 10 a.m. is maybe a good time on my end, which I
Okay.
guess whatever that is on your end.
Yep.
All right. Oh, did we
We'll
even
figure it out.
record? Oh, we did. Okay, yeah, let me record it. Recording.